The greatest werewolf design in cinema history that would make most vampires crap themselves. Now, I got nothing against vampires. I'm a fan of all of them. From the scary, horrific ones in 30 Days of Night to the sexy vampire brides of Dracula, and my god are they sexy, okay? To maybe the hottest vampire I've ever seen in my life, Celine from Underworld. Now, I'm a fan of all vampires, the badass ones, Matrix style from Underworld to the Vampire Diaries, the cheesy melodrama romance of that. I'm a fan of these vampires. Klaus Michelson is one of my favorite characters of all time. Granted, he's a hybrid, but still. There's a lot to love about the vampire genre. They're way more popular than the goddamn werewolves. Maybe for good reason too. There's something about them that might appeal to a lot of more people, especially women. But there's so many new Dracula reboots coming out seemingly every 1 or 2 years that it makes me think to myself, why can't we have some werewolf shit? Yeah, we had Wolfman recently, that wasn't so great. Okay, a lot of people didn't like it. We got Robert Eggers, I believe, is making a werewolf movie. I'm excited for that, all right? But besides this, like, I need to see some werewolf shit that's proper, that makes vampires shit themselves as they should, because werewolves, believe it or not, are cooler than vampires. I'm sorry to say, but that's the truth of the matter. And it's all proven in the 2004 movie Van Helsing. I've made a whole video about this. I'm not going to go through the film itself. I'm going to go through one specific sequence that involves a vampire and the king of all vampires and a werewolf, okay? Van Helsing is a badass film. Kate Beckinsale is hot as fuck in it, but I'm gonna keep it classy. I'm not gonna talk too much about Kate Beckinsale in this video. We'll see how it goes. I'm gonna talk more about him. The reincarnated archangel. The right hand of God. Yes, that is what his character is in this. All right, imagine being the right hand of God, reincarnated on earth from Archangel Gabriel to a straight up hunter of all the supernatural forces on the planet. There's a reason why a man like this survives all the hits he takes from beings that are beyond him, right? He's got some angel physiology in him. But it makes you think, what happens when an angel turns into a fucking werewolf? You get something that you could say is a bastardized version of a holy creature, but you get something infinitely more badass. One of the peak werewolf design in Hollywood. That out of all the werewolves we've seen, nothing, in my opinion, comes close to this werewolf design. All right. Now, I'm gonna be honest. This sequence, as badass as it is nonsensical. It's ridiculous. It makes no fucking sense. And we're gonna get to it because this sequence shows you why werewolves are beyond vampires in every way. They're terrifying, but this makes no sense. You see this, it starts off with the final confrontation between Van Helsing and Dracula, okay? Van Helsing has been bitten by a werewolf. He turns into a werewolf, and Dracula shits himself, saying there's no way this is possible. This defies everything. Now, I'm gonna be honest, this Dracula, despite being very powerful, is not the most competent Dracula of all time. In fact, he's stupid. He's an idiot. This is a guy who got killed by an angel and did pact with the devil, came back as the Lord of Darkness, okay? He should be able to rip this man's head clean off, but he does things in this fight that don't help his odds. And quite frankly, could be seen as a disgraceful representation of vampires, but still. My guy turns into a werewolf the proper way, ripping off your skin like it's a bodysuit to reveal the beast underneath. I love it, okay? Then he turns into the peak werewolf design of all time. Dracula turns into one of my favorite vampire designs of all time, his bat demon form, and they go at it, two hulking monsters battling it out. But this is not a fight so much as a molestation, because Dracula runs away a lot. He doesn't want to fuck with this werewolf. He doesn't want to mess around with this thing because he knows the power. He gets his licks in, but most of this fight is him flying away from Van Helsing, while Van Helsing's werewolf is hunting him down like a dog and grabbing onto him, violating him in every way, piercing his wings. Dracula wants none of this. Okay, look at his face here. This guy's already done. 2 minutes into the fight, and this guy's like, holy fuck. This is like Marab de Velashvili against Sugar Sean O'Malley. Okay, this is a ragdolling. This scene is aura farming at its finest. This werewolf aura farms the shit, by the way, out of this fight. Takes his claws and scratches the wall just for aura points, just to show how much of a bitch he's making this Dracula look like, okay? Oh, how did this get here? It's not me. It's wet Kate Beckinsale, what can I say? Back to the fight. the werewolf starts walking down Dracula as Dracula's trying to talk him down, okay? Look at the aura, bro. Look at this. He looks like Ghost Rider. Look at the way he's walking through those sparks. My God, man. They were doing... Bro, the werewolves... I don't think a werewolf has looked this badass since. Dracula's like, bro, we could be friends. This is literally a line he says to this dude. Of course, if you have that dude staring you in the face, you're going to tell him everything in the book to keep him off you. Dracula is shitting himself. He's like, bro, we could be friends, Gabriel. You killed me. We could be friends, motherfucker. You know, that's what he's saying. And then the shot that puts every vampire to shame. Dracula turns into his bat form because he thinks he's gonna do some shit. And Van Helsing grabs him and says, come here, bitch. This shot right here is a shot that showed me werewolves are beyond vampires. I'm sorry, they're superior. Vampires are inferior to werewolves in every way. That's canon now in fiction forever because of this shot. Dracula got sunned badly. Now, when you look at the shot, you're like, dude, this is the Lord of Darkness being made a bitch here. Is this the most powerful werewolf ever? The answer is no. Because as amazing as this fight is, and as badass as Van Helsing's werewolf is, this is the most ridiculous scene of all time. The moon, remember, it's a full moon. That's when the werewolf comes out. This is at its true power. The moon, in a specific angle, gets covered by clouds. And Van Helsing reverts back to human. The moon's still out. It's not like the moon it's not like it's not a full moon anymore, right? The moon's out. It's just in that specific angle through the window, its rays are covered by clouds. So he's no longer a werewolf anymore until the clouds part. This is so fucking stupid. This is the weirdest weakness ever. You're the craziest werewolf possibly ever seen in fiction. And your weakness is, oh, the moon? Okay, cool. Oh, there's two clouds covered the moon. Okay, no, you can't be a werewolf anymore. Okay, wait for them to part. Oh, okay, now you're a werewolf. Bro, that leaves you the craziest opening to get shot and sniped. It's so stupid. This has always flustered me about this movie, to be honest, y'all. This movie's stupid as fuck. I love it, but it is. And this scene this is pure evidence of this. Why? How? This is the dumbest weakness ever. And the worst part is, this moron is laughing at Van. He's like, hey, bro, look how the mighty have fallen, bro. You're pathetic. It was you who killed me, Gabriel. He's monologuing his entire life to Van Helsing, giving Van Helsing literally 10 minutes of time for the clouds to part and turn to a werewolf. I'm like, bro, Dracula, I get it. It's needed for the plot, blah, blah, blah. Dracula, where's your fight IQ? You could tear this dude's head off right now if you wanted to, but you still don't. You give him ample time, and then the clouds part a little bit in one specific angle, and the moon's back. And Van Helsing's like, yeah, it's over. And he kills Dracula brutally, bites into him. And I had to wonder, I'm like, bro, what were you thinking, man? You literally were trying to conversate with this dude instead of fight him for 10 minutes straight, knowing he's trying to kill you. Like, why do you care if Van Helsing is your friend or not? Like, you want to kill this man. It made no sense. I don't know if there's a thing I'm missing in the movie of why Van Helsing didn't kill him. I don't think he needed Van Helsing at this time. He had his kids ready to go. It didn't make sense. It's just very stupid writing. But this isn't the worst part of the fight, okay? See, Kate Beckinsale is ready with the cure because they agreed that she would inject him as soon as the deed was done. Dracula was dead because Van Helsing can't stay a werewolf forever. He's going to lose his shit and kill people. So she tries to inject him and do what they agreed on. Now, the tragic context of this is, imagine you're in Van Helsing's position. You have fulfilled your destiny as a right hand of God and killed the Prince of Darkness, the son of the devil. You have literally disgraced the devil himself. The devil himself is crying right now. He's been defeated. This was his main guy. You've become a soldier of God and you've bagged the hottest woman on the planet. Like, this is you should retire to Cancun right now. Like, this is every man's dream. This is like the accomplishment of man itself. Okay? You literally can go to an island with her for the rest of your life. You dumb fuck. What the hell is this? Who is putting this shit in here, man? She tries to inject him with the cure. This dude's like, no, you try to peg me from behind, babe? No, I'm going full missionary up in here. Destroys her. Leaps on her and kills her instantly. I think she died instantly. And dude, he almost gets staked behind again and grabs it. Bro, this werewolf, no one could have killed this werewolf at this point. And then he realizes what he's done. He's just killed the baddie. He's fumbled the bag worse than anyone I've ever seen. Congrats, bro. You've completely wrecked your entire legacy. Imagine killing Dracula himself and then going to Cancun with this chick forever, bro. I would off myself if I was Van Helsing, bro. What the hell is this? Poor guy. But regardless, this is the most badass werewolf ever. I think he solos every single vampire in the Vampire Diaries universe, except for Klaus and Hope and the more OP hybrids and that shit. And yes, this is disregarding the moon weakness. That's the stupidest shit I've ever seen. If that moon weakness isn't a thing, he kills every vampire, okay? Easily, nukes them all. But as much as I love this werewolf, he is not the most badass werewolf in cinema. No werewolf who literally is weakened to clouds covering the moon in one angle for 2 seconds is the most badass werewolf of all time, okay? Especially after you fumbled Kate Beckinsale, dumbass. It's Lucian from Underworld, okay? He is the most badass werewolf in cinema history, okay? Not just because he's a Chad in the movies, but because he actually tapped Kate Beckinsale in real life and they got a kid together, right? She's been acting a fool ever since. He tapped that. He did what Van Helsing couldn't. Alright? That's why he's the best. I'm gonna make a whole video on him. And I have made a video discussing Celine and the werewolves from Underworld. You can watch that video over here. Guys, I need to stop the video really quick and tell you, you need to click the like button right now or Hollywood will molest me. They've already sent a couple operatives after me. They're on their way. Please like the video, subscribe. If you haven't subscribed already, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Subscribe. Let's blow this video into the ether. Join my army. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.